Hey scholars, happy Monday. It is September 21st and we are starting our first real unit in social studies. So go ahead and stick with me here so you can figure out how to complete your assignment for September 21st if you have not yet. Okay, so we're on my student page right now of 6th grade social studies and we'll click right on classwork. And as always, open up the social studies presentation for the day. That'll always help you complete your work, okay? It's exactly what we go through in the Google Meet. So I'm kind of just going to go through it right now. So for our warm-up, we had a painting over to the right, and we just answered some questions. What do you notice on the painting? What questions do you have about the painting? The objective, today we learned about the different tribes of Native Americans that existed in North America before Christopher Columbus and the Europeans arrived. And we learned about how the regions of Native American tribes had different cultures or way of life. So again, historical background. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and that's how I remembered when Columbus first set sail and claimed to discover new land. However, Christopher Columbus did not really discover anything. To discover something would simply imply that nobody had ever seen it before. The truth is that there were many groups of people already spread across North America. They were called Native Americans. These people had distinct communities, sometimes called tribes, and different cultures for each community. Columbus and the Europeans ended up essentially destroying the cultures of those people. So we have a map here, and these are the different cultures, the different regions of Native Americans that existed in the Americas. We had the Northeast region, that's where we live. We had the Southeast, we had the Great Plains, the Great Basin, Southwest, the Plateau, Northwest, we had California, and we had Mesoamerica. These were the different regions, and the Caribbean. These were the different regions of Native Americans that existed before Europeans, before anybody even touched the Americas. There were Native Americans who lived in these regions. So, for example, if you lived in the Northeast region, typically you would share some cultures. You would share some different ways of life. Which leads me to my next point. What is culture? Culture is the way of life of an identified group of people. Culture can include food, dance, art, music, sports, clothing, language, personal habits, etc. Culture can be a lot of different things. Just think about it as day-to-day life, what people do in their day-to-day life, okay? And many people think that all Native Americans shared the same culture, and due to this, people view Native Americans in a stereotypical light. So when you think of a Native American, you probably typically think of totem poles. You probably typically think of like feather headdresses. You probably typically think of body paint and teepees. That's not true for all Native Americans. Yes, some Native Americans wore headdresses. Yes, some Native Americans had totem poles. Yes, some Native Americans slept in teepees, but not all of them. All right, remember, there were many different regions, many different communities of Native Americans, and they were all a little bit different. All right, so different cultures among natives. As I said, that wasn't the case, and they had their own distinct culture. So what we did in the Google Meet is we went into breakout rooms. We went into breakout rooms where people read an article about one of the different regions. So we had 4 different regions. We had the Northeast, the Great Plains, the Southwest, and the Southeast. And everybody in their different groups read about one of those cultures, and then they created a Jamboard to represent the culture of those Native Americans. This is before the Google Meet, so I don't have any to show right now, but that's what we did in the Google Meet. Okay, if you did not attend the Google Meet, you still have some work to do. So here's our breakout group instructions. We did a Jamboard. You weren't able to do that because you weren't in the Google Meet maybe. So what do you do now? Let's go down to the regroup wrap up. So scholar volunteers share their Jamboards until there were 10 minutes left. If you have a friend that you know is in the Google Meet, ask them to share their Jamboard with you. Other than that, we do have a Google Form wrap up, and I want to show you where this is in your classwork. Bandit. Sorry about that. So in your classwork page, September 21st, Native American culture, you click on that. So scholars, today in the Google Meet, we will examine different regions of Native Americans that existed in the Americas before Christopher Columbus and the Europeans took over. If you did attend the Google Meet, please complete the Google form below if you did not get the chance. So at the end of the Google Meet, I gave you this Google form. If you already completed it, you're done. Okay? If you were not or if you did not complete the Google form, click on it now and complete it now, but you were in the Google Meet. If you were not in the Google Meet and you did not get to complete the form, click on this page here, and it will take you to an article slowly. Okay, and you will have to sign in. You will have to sign in with your Google account. Give it a second. And, okay, if you can't access this article, Let's see. Let's go Native American communities. That's going to be a problem. Okay, well, either way, if you did not attend the Google Meet, just answer this question. Answer the following question using complete sentences. Why do you think that the culture of many Native Americans is forgotten by present-day Americans? Okay, you answer that question in complete sentences. Okay, I will also attach documents to the classwork that will give you the article to read, okay? Good luck. If you need any help, please reach out.